Hi everyone. Today we're going to be looking at naval affairs, and the book that I want to show you is the first edition of an exciting book that is going to be republished very soon this year. The book is Russian and Soviet Battleships. As I noted earlier, this book is going to be republished. I'm guessing it will have expanded photographs, probably refined or corrected line drawings, but until then, this is the main source, and this is the original one. As the title says, this book is a complete history of Russian and Soviet battleships, going right back from the late 19th century all the way through to the post-Stalin era, where the final battle cruisers were planned and then ultimately scrapped. Stephen McLaughlin studied for many years with Russian archives. Rather, he studied for many years in the Russian archives to deliver the most complete information about Russian battleships that has been available in the English language. The layout of the book is very straightforward. It is a chronological look at each successive class of battleship right through, and we'll just bring it up. It discusses the design histories, so this is a basic layout of one of the early dreadnought designs. Challenges that were undertaken during the design and construction, and then their ultimate career. He discusses not just those that were built, but what is exciting for us as well is the various designs that were considered. So here we have various options that were considered in 1916, 1917, but never went ahead. But it's not just the Russian battleships that are looked at. He also looks at the Italian Giulio Caesar that was briefly used in Soviet service, and looks at some of the designs that were considered, particularly in the 1930s. And what I'm most overjoyed about is that he has also taken on the Gibbs crazy design of this super battleship / aircraft carrier hybrid. That would have been impressive had it ever entered service, but naturally politics got in the way and the design just simply remained a paper battleship. It is beautifully illustrated. There are some wonderful black and white photos in here. The line details and plans are unparalleled and the most detailed that you will find. For anyone who is interested in battleships, Russian vessels, the development of Russian vessels, then this book is your go-to source. It is beautifully detailed, it is well written, it is never too complicated, and it is never dry. The author manages to weave in the details of the circumstances surrounding the design, all the challenges that went into it, what influenced it, how the ship ended up operating, its advantages, its disadvantages, and what happened to its career. So, for all of this detail, it is absolutely goodness. 5 stars. I love this book. It is an absolute 5 stars for me, and it will be interesting to see what the new edition will hold. But I just also want to point out before we go 2 other ones that you might be interested in on the topic. So one of the class of Russian battleships, we have here the Marat. This book by Kagero Press, and there are scores of books in the similar format, and later down the track I will do one about all my Kagero books. But this one shows this battleship in its 1930s configuration with its half-bow extension and its forward funnel swept back to accommodate the increased foremast. But this book is mainly for modelers, or people like me who just wish they were on board these ships back in the day. So they basically have highly detailed 3D CAD-esque reconstructions of the exterior of the ship, as well as details, hold on, let's give you a proper view, here we go, of other features of the vessel, such as armament, deck details. Here you go. So this is for the Marat. This book is purely for the visuals. If you want data, go for Stephen McLaughlin's book. And one book that fits kind of between the two of them is this old one from AJ Press, who sadly don't seem to be pumping out books anymore. They did a wonderful middle ground between data and illustrations. And this one is about the short-lived battleship, the Impreza Amarilla, which unfortunately was destroyed in an internal explosion. Photos of the event are few, but you can see the turret there. This book basically looks at the construction and makeup of the ship, together with plenty of period photos. With AJ Press, the text, you have to pay attention to this. Many of their books are Polish only, some are hybrid, which in this case it's bilingual, so both the body of the text and the captions are both in Polish and in English. So in addition to all that information, there is also a beautiful, I won't fold it out, but there is a fold out of the ship in the back. It's a wonderfully detailed history of one specific battleship, which was tragically short-lived. But this book as well sits in that middle ground between illustration, such as the Marat, and the highly detailed look of Stephen McLaughlin's book. So, that's Russian Battleships for you. There are plenty of books out there that deal with the battleships and other naval classes of different nationalities. So if there's anything out there that you would like me to review, particularly if I have it, please let me know in the comments below. And until the next time, enjoy and happy reading, everyone.